It's time for Talon Talk with the 2nd Combat Aviation Brigade on AFN the Eagle, serving America's best.
That is correcto. You are listening to the one and only Talon Talk. This is AFN Osan, the Eagle. My name is Army Sergeant Aaron Loy, and hope you're having an awesome, blossom, splendiferous Wednesday on this January 21st. Again, this is Talon Talk. If you've never really heard the show before, bring 2CAB on, 2nd Combat Aviation Brigade, or 2CAB, what was it, 2CAB Land?
2CAB Land.
2CAB Land, yeah, we said that last week. I really like that. But two special guests in the studio with me. We had him on last week and many weeks to come as well. We've got Army Sergeant Jesse Smith. Thanks so much for being here.
Yeah, how's it going, 2CAB listeners?
Very much appreciate having you on. And then a new guest for myself. I've got Army Private Chung Il Kim. Did I say that correct?
Yes.
I did?
Good, yes.
Good. I'm practicing my Korean, or at least the names of Koreans. But appreciate you both being on. And Sergeant Smith, again, you were on last week. We had a great show, and you're going to continue for at least the foreseeable future, right?
Yeah. And today we're going to talk about some Talons that are leaving here soon, but also some Talons that are coming in. But you know, once a Talon, always a Talon. So
absolutely.
And we're also going to talk about a Talon Warrior spotlight. We're going to shine the light on a certain Talon Warrior this week. So that'll be awesome.
Well, that will be awesome. I love when we highlight specific people as opposed to just big corporate type things. So as specific as we can get, and I very much appreciate that. But Private Kim, how long have you been serving?
Here at the Army, about 4 months.
4 months. Mm-hmm. And how's it gone for you so far?
Oh, it has been very great. Yeah.
And you are considered what they call a Katusa, is that correct?
Yep, Katusa.
And maybe for someone who just came to the Republic of Korea and they have no idea what that is, could you maybe explain it to the listener what a Katusa is and what they do?
Yeah, Katusa is a acronym for Korean augmentation to the U.S. Army.
So it's kind of like a support system, right? We kind of help each other out?
Yeah, it has been started from the Korean War. It has been more than 60 years.
It has been a really long time, and I've met quite a few in the year and a half that I've been here. Great people serving. Victor Son comes on every Friday with us, and he served his 2 years. But again, for someone, brand new to the Republic of Korea, it is the norm, it is the standard, it is the expectation and requirement that all men of a certain age serve in the military, correct?
In Korea, yes,
and
it is.
How does that look? Is it a certain age and a certain period that you serve?
Yeah, it's mostly it's people from 20. They start getting letters to their homes you have to serve the military, that kind of.
Do people ever not show up? Do they kind of run away?
Yeah, some people wait until they're 30 or more than 30, then they don't do the.
And then they come after you and they throw you in a cage and then no, that's not how it works.
Yeah, but if they refuse to do it until the very end, then they somehow get in trouble. Okay,
so it's not necessarily that you have to have it happen right at a certain age. It's just you're kind of eligible and you have an expectation in that period to come. Yep. Oh, interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah, and we actually have numerous Katusas all over 2nd Combat Aviation Brigade, and they do an awesome job working with U.S. soldiers and strengthening that U.S.-Korean alliance that we have.
I completely agree. From all the Katusas that I've met, your spirits are always high, and you guys are always so friendly and work very hard and diligently, and I know we very much appreciate that as soldiers as well.
They do the exact same stuff we do. They're doing the same training. Private Kim here, he works with us in the PAO office. He does stories. He works with social media. He does everything that we do. For the most part. So, yeah, they do an awesome job.
Well, I very much appreciate having both of you on the air. We want to get back into the music because I know it's what the listener wants to hear. So for now, let's play some more music, but please keep on listening. This is Talon Talk. Private Kim, Sergeant Smith, and myself, Sergeant Loy, all here for you. More 2CAB stuff on the way, but first, it's an oldie and a goodie by Steve Winwood.
And now, back to Talon Talk on AFN the Eagle, serving America's best.
Welcome back. This is Talon Talk. My name is Army Sergeant Aaron Loy. Joining me in the studio, we've got Army Private Chung Il Kim. I almost hesitated there. Well, I guess I did hesitate. Did I say that correctly?
Yep, you did.
Chung. I almost said Ching, but it's not Ching, it's Chung. Chung Il Kim. appreciate you being here. Katusa with 2CAB, and then Army Sergeant Jesse Smith returning for our show. I appreciate having both of you on the air.
Yeah, of course.
Absolutely. Let's dive right in because we've got lots of stuff to cover, and this will be pretty straightforward, to be perfectly honest. We want to talk about a lot of the arrivals and departures kind of unit-wise. So what we got going on right now?
Well, we have 617th Cavalry Regiment. They are going to be taking off soon, but you know what? We want to say, always a Talon, once a Talon, always a Talon. They'll always be part of the 2CAB family. So best of luck to those guys, because actually when they get back to Fort Wainwright, their unit is going to be...
That's Alaska, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Their unit is going to be closing shop.
Oh, wow.
And most of those guys are either having to PCS or reclass or
oh, wow.
get out.
A big transition.
Yeah, big transition. But they actually had Major General Shields, the U.S. Army Alaska commanding general, visit them yesterday.
Oh,
and
wow.
I was able to be there for that. And he just visited for about 90 minutes, came and gave some outstanding soldiers that were picked by their first sergeants. He gave them coins.
Oh, nice.
So that was pretty cool. They had a formation for him. He talked to a bunch of soldiers and just got a feel for how their deployment went and how they're doing now, because once they go back there, they will be falling under U.S. Army Alaska.
Wow. Did it seem like it was good feedback from the soldiers to the Major General?
Yeah, they were saying that they were able to get a lot of good experience from this deployment, so that's awesome.
It's definitely a different place, and a place there's no other place like it, truthfully.
Yeah,
and I don't know if you can relate, but before I came, I think a lot of people just have, myself probably included, misconceptions about what to expect in the Republic of Korea.
Yeah, so did I. Yep, I had heard a lot of different rumors, but no, it's been a lot different from what I heard. It's a lot better.
And then we have an arrival as well that's coming or has just come.
We have the Advon has arrived from 26th Cavalry Regiment. They're replacing 617th.
Okay,
and they are out of Hawaii. So
Hawaii.
The main body will be arriving sometime soon.
Okay.
And we hope to actually get, once they're all settled in, a guest speaker from them to come on to Talon Talk and just tell everybody what they're about.
Well, that's very cool. So we definitely want to send kind of kudos to the 617th for the service that they had here. Major General Shields' visit as well. Not something that he probably necessarily has to do, but wanted to do.
Exactly.
And sounded like there was some great feedback there. And then the 26, is that the unit?
Yes, 26 Cavalry Regiment.
Big welcome to them, and obviously we're not putting out the specifics for obvious reasons, but kudos to all those people. And we're going to take a little break here. We'll be back in 90 seconds with your weather.
And now, back to Talon Talk on AFN the Eagle, serving America's best.
Welcome back. You heard the man. This is Talon Talk, and still joining me in the studio, Army Private Chung-Il Kim and also Army Sergeant Jesse Smith. Thank you both for being here yet again.
Second to none.
Second to none. From 2CAB land, we got lots of stuff on the agenda, so let's dive right in. Before we're talking about arrivals, departures, we want to get a little more specific. We'll go away from kind of the unit stuff. Let's get into a specific Talon Warrior Spotlight. Someone you want to talk about for this segment?
Yeah, this week we want to shine a special Talon Warrior Spotlight on Sergeant Felix Acevedo from the 3rd General Support Aviation Battalion.
How do you memorize all these units, by the way?
It's
a skill, Sergeant Loy.
Exactly. You don't...
It just, I can't explain it.
If you don't have it, you don't have it.
You just don't have it.
No, but Sergeant Acevedo, he is a crew chief with... 3-2 GSAB for short.
Sweet. I have no idea what that means, but cool.
he is pretty much in charge of making sure everything is safe and good on our aircraft.
Sure.
So he does that for his MOS.
Okay.
But while he's on the job, he loves to take photos.
Okay.
So he actually takes amazing photos and sends them to us at the 2CAB PAO, and we actually get to show his work on our social media websites like Facebook and Flickr. I'm sure people have seen them. They're just amazing photos, and it's awesome that we get to spotlight him doing what he loves to do. So
how long has he been doing it? At least a few months?
No. He's been taking photos for years now.
Oh, wow.
It's been a hobby of his for a while.
So obviously it's not his MOS, but
Right.
it's something that he does. Do you know if he went to school for it at all, or is it just something he does for fun?
No, I think it's just something he does for fun.
Wow.
I think once he gets out, he wants to.
Oh, I got you. I was gonna say, has he considered reclassing? And then all the people with the Chinooks, etc., are like, no, don't take him from us. He's such a good crew chief.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went over there 6-8 months ago and covered a story on one of the Chinook pilots, the CW2 that was there. Met a lot of the different people that do the crew like that, and I will say they take their job really seriously.
Yeah, they
like
do.
in a good way.
Yeah, they
like you don't see people just standing around and just whatever. They're very diligent and hard workers.
That's a life or death situation that you can be put in there, and they have to be on top of their game. And I mean, they will literally tackle you if you are doing something that is unsafe around a helicopter.
For good reason, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, that's very cool. And we were talking a little bit during the break about this, and this is something that not only do you like seeing from him, but maybe other soldiers in the unit?
Yeah, we want to extend an invitation for any soldier in 2CAB to send us what amazing pictures you have of your unit out there doing what awesome stuff you're doing. So if we can get enough people to send in photos, we'll start doing like a top 5 of the week kind of spotlight on what the photos that people are sending in.
And what type of photos are we talking here? Like, hey, I just went out, bro, I took some awesome photos. Like, not that type of stuff, right?
No.
We're talking like work-related, soldier-related?
Yeah, work-related, just awesome photos of soldiers doing what soldiers do.
Doing what soldiers do. That sounds really cool. And if they are interested in doing that, how would you say they go about maybe contacting, or what resource, or what do you think would be the best way of doing that?
Just send it to us through Facebook.
Facebook.
Yeah, just get on our Facebook, 2nd Combat Aviation Brigade. Send it through a message, post it to our page, and we will put it up for you.
Well, that's too easy. So 2nd Combat Aviation Brigade official page, I want to say that would call on the Facebook. Go there, and if you're listening right now, again, if you're a soldier, you got a camera, or if you got a smartphone, etc., I mean, you could take photos with that, and pretty good ones at that. Send them to them on the Facebook page, and I think that's a great idea. You can kind of see how that goes. If you get maybe 5 or 10 or whatever, you're flexible.
Yeah, it's kind of something we're experimenting with. I mean, I think it'll be awesome. I think we'll get some great photos, and we'll be able to spotlight some awesome different jobs that we might not get to see every day, and we might not even know about that go on every day. So it's a great opportunity to learn what exactly goes on in the unit.
We'll definitely get involved with that. And then again, just want to say kudos to Army Sergeant Felix Acevedo, crew chief over there, doing great work, and then going outside of his regular MOS and providing a great service that he doesn't have to do, but he does anyway.
Yes.
And we very much appreciate that. So we'll take another break here. We got more music on the way, more Talon Talk as well. But first, Area 3 Radio News.
And now, back to Talon Talk on AFN the Eagle, serving America's best.
Welcome back, friendo. I've got in the studio Army Private Chung-Il Kim and also Army Sergeant Jesse Smith from 2CAB, or 2CAB Land, as we like to say here at Talon Talk. We got one more segment with you. We appreciate you tuning in, and we want to discuss a very important thing that went down just yesterday. Today's Wednesday, right?
Yeah, today
Always
is
got to make
Wednesday,
sure, you know, with those weekends and holidays and everything. But there was a Martin Luther King Jr. Observance yesterday, is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct. 602nd Aviation Support Battalion hosted it, and it was from 11:30 to 1300 at the Talon Cafe DFAC on Camp Humphreys. And I actually didn't get to go. I had to be somewhere else.
Sure.
So Private Kim went there and covered the story for us.
Oh,
so
really?
He knows exactly
what a great
happened.
segue. So that means, Private Kim, that you have all the details and info. How did it go?
Yes, so the event was to appreciate and celebrate the legacy and the life of Martin Luther King Jr.
Sure.
And his civil rights movement activities. So what we did was we watched the videos of him giving a great, amazing speech.
Yeah, sure.
Of course.
And also we awarded several soldiers who supported to make the event happen.
To make it happen, to put it on.
Yep.
Did it seem to go well for you? Did you like the event?
Yeah, it did. It was amazing.
Did you guys have food? Did you guys talk about it, or was
Had
it
to
just
have
more
food. It was at a DFAC.
Right?
I
That would be
mean-
pretty bad if you went to the DFAC and they're like, "I'm sorry,
No food.
there's no food
No
for this
food.
observance." Wah, wah.
Yeah, actually, usually on Wednesday we just have a normal food, but then that day, it was Tuesday.
Okay.
On Tuesday, we had very special food. We had steaks.
Sure.
We had T-bone steak, and we had like this big crab,
Wow.
and all those amazing foods.
You know, if you have steak at DFAC, it's a special day.
It's true, right? It's not every day you get steak at the DFAC. Well, it makes me wonder. I know I have Victor San on this show every Friday, and we talk about all sorts of like cultural similarities and differences between the Republic of Korea and America. And I'm going to kind of put you on the spot a little bit, if you don't mind. Obviously, our countries are very different for the most part. Some parts are very similar, but is there any type of similarity you can think of in your country in terms of civil rights or any maybe leaders throughout history that are very important to the culture?
I would say during the Japanese invasion
yeah.
to Korea, that's when we were suffering, and the rights of the people were like
They're
all
very oppressed.
oppressed. And yeah, so in that sense, I would say we could. I was actually able to kind of understand, like maybe, or
Kind of learn more about that time period, or
yeah,
like the oppression that your people felt at the time? Yeah. I've talked about it a lot with Victor on the air, and it's actually really interesting because for myself and Sergeant Smith, you can probably relate. I was pretty ignorant on the country and the country's kind of history with Japan. I mean, I'll be the first to admit it. And there's an extensive history between the two countries, even something as similar as Sea of Japan, as maybe the Japanese will call it, but the Koreans will call it what? The East Sea,
yeah.
correct? I really didn't know that. Well, that's interesting. I always like to kind of bring it together and see if there's any similarities, but it's cool that you learn stuff like that growing up, because obviously it's different generations, right? Well, I appreciate you bringing that to the plate. And before we kind of wrap up the show, we want to talk about a mentorship program that you guys are putting on. Kind of half of it has already happened, but the other half
Well, no, the other half happened today. It's
Today.
still happening,
Oh, okay.
actually, while we're here talking. A couple weeks ago, we had a female mentorship program. It's a full-day thing. They started out with Zumba in the morning for PT, and then they came back at 09 to the super gym at Camp Humphreys, and they just did classes and talked through a lot of problems, maybe, that or things that females can relate to each other, and
Sure.
they talked about problems they might have in the army and in the
Challenges that
military
they
in
face,
general.
etc.
And just to show females that they have other people in the same situation that they are in,
Sure.
and that they always have somebody to talk to. So, and then today we had the male mentorship side of it, and they did PT in the morning all together, and 09 again came back and just did the same discussion, had a bunch of classes, and it's just a great program for soldiers to meet each other and know that other people are going through the same struggles they're going through.
Sure. It kind of makes me think of basic training, to be perfectly honest, because I don't know about you. I went to Fort Benning. Where did you go?
I went to Fort Leonard Wood.
Fort Leonard Wood.
Missouri.
Fort Benning being all male, and then hearing from a lot of my, fellow soldiers who didn't go there, I don't know what that would have been like to go to basic training with the opposite sex, because I didn't experience that, and it makes me wonder, like, good and bad. I would say, just speaking as a male, as a man, and not in a sexist way at all, I was kind of happy that it was all men, because I feel like I wasn't going to be distracted by the opposite sex, but something that I could relate to, because it was other people, like you just said, of the same sex, talking about this exact stuff that we're going through. Is that something that has happened before this mentorship program? Is it something they're continuing to do, or they just started this?
Well, Private Kim, you are the one that covered this. Did they talk about, had this happened before? I
Is
know
this something that's
that
brand
since
new?
I've been here to Korea, it's the first time that it's happened for both the female and male.
But I'm wondering, if it's
I'm
happened
not
in the
sure
past.
if they did it in the past.
Yeah, they do. I think it's an event
like
that
an
happens
annual-
quarterly.
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 Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good to
Yeah,
know that they're
that's good.
continuing it
Yeah.
on. Well, I appreciate that, and again, I'm tracking with you there. It is really great to kind of step back sometimes and say, okay, let's come together, look to our left and look to our right, and let's talk about the things that not just I am going through, but this guy or this girl is going through as well. Absolutely. Well, I appreciate you guys coming on. We're going to take one little break here, and then we're back in 90 seconds to wrap up the show. Welcome back. It is 2:54 right now, 46 degrees, hazy skies for the rest of this evening. There's a small chance, very small, we might see some rain this evening, lows of around 30, then moving in to your Thursday, might increase, maybe 50, 25% chance you might see some rain early tomorrow morning. Temperatures hovering right around 46 for your Thursday. If you want to get some money, some moolah or some cash,
your DoD Community Bank exchange rate, $1 will get you 1,058 won today, folks.
I love how excited you are about the exchange rates.
Money is very exciting.
It is very exciting, especially if you have it.
Exactly.
And also, I've got Private Kim with our exchange fuel prices.
Exchange fuel prices for the unleaded is $2.27, and for premium, it's $2.68. And for diesel, it's $3.18.
I very much appreciate that. Army Private Chung-Il Kim, Army Sergeant Jesse Smith from 2Cab Land, second to none. I appreciate you guys coming on. Before we close the show here, got about a minute to go. I just want to give you the opportunity to do any shout-outs, say hello to anyone this segment.
Yeah, first I want to give a shout-out to all the soldiers out at with 6th 17th Cav Regiment. They just did an awesome job while they were here, and they will be missed. And I just want to wish them the best of luck. And then I also welcome in 2-6. I know they're going to do awesome things while they're here, and I can't wait to go out and cover what their soldiers are doing.
Absolutely. And Private Kim, anyone you want to do a shout-out to? I know we were joking during the break there that we were just going to do a shout-out to Katusas, and we're like, Katusas everywhere?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, please take the mic.
Yeah, I'd like to shout out to all the Katusas in Korea. Because people outside think that we're just having fun and we're not doing like much work, but we actually do lots of work.
It's true.
Yeah, so I'd like to shout out to all
I know.
Producers.
Private Kim here does plenty of work in our PA office. I don't know.
We put him to work all the time. No, I completely agree with you, and I've been here over a year and a half, and what you're saying is not something that's biased at all. You guys work hard. Well, I appreciate you coming on the show. I appreciate you listening to Talon Talk. Let's get back into the music with Drake.